I'm going to be injecting, I don't know why I keep saying pouring. I'm going to be injecting a bait of my 4¼ inch beaver. This is a mold from Bear's Baits. Got the dual clamp on it. Got my bag ready. I do 10 per bag no matter what the bait. Doesn't matter to me. Got my injector ready. It does not take a lot of plastic to make one of these. My plastisol's in the microwave, but this is just kind of a tour. Up here is where I had for my hand pours. I don't really need this anymore. I'm just going to use that in case I do dual colors. That's just another little Pyrex cup. Got all my flake and colorant up there. All my molds, my sprue bin right here. I'm doing a batch. Right now I'm doing a batch of smoked purple flake. This is just the tube tails didn't come out right. But that's just smoked purple flake. You can kind of see that nice transparent look to it. Purple flake in there. I just like this color a lot for cold front bass. It just turns them on up here in Wisconsin. I'm looking for kids to pro staff on my bait company when I launch it. Bait company name is going to be Badger State Custom Baits. Obviously Badger State because I live in the state of Wisconsin. We're known as the Badger State, the Cheeseheads, whatever you want to call us. But I'm going to start off with these 6 baits. Like I just said, I got my 4¼ inch beaver. I got my 4-inch tube, 5-inch stiff bait, as well as 5-inch drop shot in there. Hang on, I gotta stir this. One thing that I've learned about injecting, even though I've only been doing it for a little bit, is that, boy, you gotta have that plastic molten hot. And I'll tell you why. That plastic has got to be the consistency of water, because that's when it's going to come out of the injector the best. As you can see, I'm pulling up some gel spots. There's a big gel spot right there. That was either a sprue or something else when I threw it in there. And it's going to take another about 30 seconds to melt that down. Even though it's sitting in a hot plastic, you want it fully. Get my microwave plate set. You want that batch to be fully warm and hot before you do it. I'm using the medium injector. I've already warmed it up a little bit with a couple just draws and shots. I've just been shooting into my biggest molds just to get this thing warmed up. Very smooth injector. Smoother with plastic in it, obviously. But I'm about to get ready to pour these here. Probably shouldn't be keeping this up on my back, but I'm going to take my spoon, stir it to get all that flake and stuff mixed in, check for gel, check consistency. See, there was a gel. I just found that. So you know what I'm going to do? Use it for 30 seconds. I'm not running the biggest microwave. I went for cost effectiveness, which this is only $50 at Walmart. It's a Sharp's microwave, 700 water. So I mean, it's a pretty nice, decent little microwave for 50 bucks, and it gets the job done. Like I said, I started out hand pouring. I had like a 7-inch trick worm, a 7-inch U-tail, and a couple other things. But now I'll move down to injecting. I'm a lot happier with the results. You get a perfectly full round bait every single time you pour. Again, one last time just to check, this stuff is good. The smoked purple flake color, like I said, showed you that too. Grab my injector, go into the plastic, suck up my plastic, go right to the mold, constant steady pressure. And you'll feel it kind of stop you, and at that point, I just put a little bit more on there. Then I come back to the bowl, shoot it back in there. This tip's good for a couple shots, and then I usually clean them off, but can't stress enough, as soon as you're done with that plastic, get it back in the microwave, especially in the wintertime, to keep that plastic nice and warm. While I'm waiting, actually right now, I'm going to shoot that tip out, and then there's a little screw that's going to come off the end there. I'm going to flip over my new tip and grab it. It's just this easy. Just kind of, I mean, it takes a little bit. You got that tip in there. This bait takes a little bit to dry. I got my 9x4 bag ready. I usually stack my baits like this horizontally. And then if you can fit a couple vertically. Worms I'll always put sideways, but I got those off bears too. Packing peanut in there. Now I'm pretty much just waiting for this thing to be ready to demold. This is a pretty sweet looking beaver. It's like, they call it a Gen 2 beaver. So it's a little newer style of beaver. It's not like the original beavers. But, you know, I think this one actually might be better with my plastic formula and stuff like that. The plastic formula probably makes this better than the old style beaver. Right now I'm just cleaning off this tip. Don't want to get that hot sprue on your hand. This injector tip is really hot as well. Now I just set those side up. Crappy oven mitt from Walmart. Alright, this thing should be ready. So what you're going to do, you're just going to take these two wing nuts, take them off. Then you're just going to simply pop it apart. Perfect bait. Perfect demolding temperature. And look at this beaver. It's got some claws with indent and detail like you would not believe. Got two big flappers for water displacement. And then what I like to do is I'm just going to set him on my bag. I'm going to get my plastic going again. And then I'm going to reset up. Get this thing reset. This is for maximum productivity. And this is just to show you that it's a perfect bait every time. I'm going to stop it here at about 10 seconds. Grab my Pyrex cup. A little bit on my spoon there. You do not want that stuff on in your batch either. That blotchy plastic. You can see the plastic that I get from Barrett likes to smoke a little bit, but that's okay. I'll just slide this ahead so you can see it again. You're gonna put on your glove, grab your injector, draw out plastic. I usually tap the jar just to get any off. Slow and steady pressure. It don't take much to make one of these beavers. And then push the rest back into your bowl. Another really important thing is you want to have a loose grip on the injector. A tight grip is going to stop that injector from doing its proper work because you're squeezing a cylindrical tube and there's a perfect cylinder of solid aluminum going through there. It's just a nice loose grip. And then that makes that injector butter, just smooth as butter. Then I'm going to take my next tip, set it on there, get this back in here. I'm going to demold this in a couple seconds, but then since I'm pouring like two simultaneous batches, I think I'm going to pour some Cincos in this color. Actually, U-tails. I got my 7.5-inch U-tail worm. I'm going to start pouring these as well. This is a good cold front color. I can't stress that enough. Smoke purple flake. Alright, this thing's ready to be demolded, and I think I'll shut down the video because it's probably getting pretty lengthy. But this is pretty much just a run through on how to do everything with a hand inject base thing. I can go from next video I'll go from very scratch to like heating up the plastisol initially, adding things, stuff like that. As you can see, another perfect bait. Just going to peel off that screw. Some people like to cut off the screw. It doesn't really matter. It comes off the same every time. Nice, soft, stretchy bait. There's 2 of those. And I'll do some worms quick so you guys can see that. See how those look. My worm mold is already prepared for us today. Grab this. I'm going to quick actually just shave this plastic off here. Then take my spoon once again. Make sure my consistency is correct. And then I'm going to, once again, the worm's going to take a little more. Suck up plastic right to the mold. Slow, steady pressure. This one's rejecting it because it's cold. That's normal. Gonna get a couple bubbles. I'll just set down another one of these beavers quick. This beaver is going to be jacked up. See, that plastic is cold. You can see it's trying to fight its way out of there. It's like curdled milk. That's what you don't want to do. The only reason that this worm mold rejected is because this worm mold is only 30 degrees. This plastic is 330 degrees. Do the math. That's about, a 300 degree difference. The beaver shot up nicely because the beaver was not warm. I already used that mold. That's about it for today's instructional video. Comment, rate, subscribe. You can comment to see if you want to see me start a batch from pretty much dead scratch that's pouring initial plastisol into the cup, or like it if you like videos just like this where I already got everything mixed up and you just watch me shoot them and see the finished product. This has been Fishing Wisconsin. See you guys later.